Hey YouTube, Kiratwig here, bringing you guys another one of my Yu-Gi-Oh discussion videos. It feels like it's been quite a while since the last time I've done one of these, and I wanted to focus this one on one of the upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh booster sets, Savage Strike. I'm actually pretty excited for this set. We're going to get a lot of awesome support, as you can see here listed already, and a bunch of other stuff as well. But what I want to focus mainly on this discussion video is just the cards I think we're going to see for the OCG imports for this set. And those of you that don't know, for OCG imports, we've had some in every main booster set that's come out. And if you noticed from Soul Fusion, when that set was released, we had OCG imports in the form of Fluffle support, DDDs, and a bunch of other cards that the trend was basically fusion. So I decided to go off of that basis for the Savage Strike booster pack, which the main focus in this set is Synchro, getting new Synchro monsters for Rockets, Borreload, Cybers, you name it, a bunch of different ones there. So I think the OCG imports will play a big focus on Synchro monsters and maybe a bunch of different Synchro monsters or Synchro support that we haven't really gotten yet in the TCG, but we're definitely due for. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the discussion on what cards I think we're going to see for OCG imports in Savage Strike. So to start off, I think Super Heavy Samurai, Swordmaster Musashi is a #1 candidate for sure that we'll see in this set. We've seen cards, I think it was the Predaplast Dragon that we received in Soul Fusion as a common that was needed for the Predaplant deck for the longest time. Musashi kind of plays into that trend. We've had this Super Heavy Samurai revealed for a good while now, and it's a level 5 Super Heavy that we haven't had. I think, you know, if they give it to us, we'll most likely see it in a common form for Musashi. It's a pretty generic effect with a 1 tuner and then 1 or more non-tuner monsters, and when it's synchro summoned, you target a machine type monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. If you have no spell or traps in your graveyard, you can out normal or special summon monsters with the added monster's name for the rest of this turn, and this card can attack while in defense. So it's pretty much the generic Super Heavy Samurai support, but Super Heavy Samurais are known for synchros. We've had Susanoo and a bunch of other ones as well, and with it playing into the trend of Savage Strike, I can definitely see us getting Musashi. I think it's actually one of the last 6-7 Super Heavy Samurai synchros that we need support-wise for the deck. I think we're also missing a couple other effect monsters, which might also give us those as well. The biggest thing I worry about is that maybe they'll play too much into one deck for the whole OCG import. Like, I would be okay with us getting Musashi, but I would also want the other 6 Samurai support. But I think some people might be disappointed if we end up getting like 2 effect monsters and then Musashi synchro for I think I said 6 Samurai, Super Heavy Samurai, if I did mispronounce that. If we get too much of the support, but as long as they balance it out and we end up getting the rest of the synchro support we still need from cards like this from Arc V, I think we'll end up being okay in that sense. Another one that I think we need, definitely with upcoming Trickstar support as well, is Trickstar Foxy Witch. Now, the whole focus in Savage Strike isn't just Synchro support. We do have some Fusion support, including the Fusion support for Trickstars, which we got Trickstar Foxy Witch in the Link Vrains box, which we'll have some other support to discuss later on in the video for this card, and other support also, just for upcoming cards as well. But like I said, we're getting the Trickstar Fusion, the Fusion spell card, and I think other couple Trickstar monsters in that set. So we haven't gotten Foxy Witch, but the Link Brains box has been out for a good while now. So I think we're due for just, this release. It's a good generic Link Arrow support for sure, just with the position of the arrows. It's got a great burn effect as well, being able to inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each card they control. If it's special summon, and if it's Link Summon, card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can summon another Trickstar level Link 2 or lower. Definitely a Link option available to the deck that'll, benefit it for sure, just with all the different burn options you can have, which is what the deck is mainly known for, and what a lot of other Link monsters haven't been able to deliver with, the Trickstars that we have so far. But, I don't know what rarity, if anything, they might give it, the super or ultra if we do see it as an import in that set. But definitely one that I can see play, since we're already getting Trickstar support in that set. So just to complement some of the other support, which we've seen happen with OCG imports before. I don't know if there's any, I don't have any Neospatian cards on this list. I don't think we have any other ones due. for support, other than the ones we're getting in Savage Strike already. But other than that, definitely want to see some more Trickstar support for sure. And this card is a definite top contender for that set. Another one. Now we're playing onto the trend also with the Dimension Dragons in a way. I think the next booster pack after Savage Strike will give us Exceed support. So being the fact that we got Yuri's Predaplant support in Soul Fusion matching with the Soul Fusion trend, I think we'll get some of the Speedroid support in Savage Strike since it matches up with Yugioh's Synchro monsters that he has. So with Speed Rift being the definite spell card that we need this card just to make a very viable pure Speedroid deck. It's a quick play spell if you control exactly one tuner and no others monsters. You can special summon one level 4 or lower Speedroid monster from your deck, and when that monster is special summoned, cards and effects cannot be activated. This is a definite 3 of in the Speedroid deck, and the cards I'm talking about here in this whole video are ones I just want to see just for some awesome deck profiles we can do as well. Speed Rift is definitely needed. We know we've been wanting it for a while for the Speedroid deck. It came out in the Dimension box for Japan. We've gotten some cards already from that Dimension box. Speed Rift is just another one that I can see common release or even rare in Savage Strike, just for support-wise, cards we need that, for support that's already been out for a good while now. Speedroids have been out since Arc V. We're well into Vrains, and we just need the rest of the support to finish off that deck, like the trends they've done with Crystal Beasts and other cards from previous sets that have just, waited too long, and I know that they really like to, just add these cards in later on to later sets just to match up for support or just to make up for lost times, obviously. Now, going back to the Link Vrains box, just like the Trickstar support, a very, good trap that I'm a big fan of for the Rocket deck is Tactical X Chamber. We're getting Rocket support. The cover card, Borreload Savage Dragon, is in this set. And just, to make the deck more viable with the Rocket tuner we're getting and the Synchro support for them as well. Getting this trap card, target one face-up monster you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon one Rocket monster from your deck or graveyard with a different original name. You can only activate one Tactical X Chamber per turn. We've had some other Rocket support, in the form of traps for the deck, but I think Tactical X Chamber just really plays off of the whole point of the Rocket deck to destroy your Rocket monsters, gain effects at the end of the turn, and just like with your quick play spells, this card can definitely help. It being a trap card, you just have more play off of it also, getting a monster from it, then the destruction effect as well. It kind of reminds me of Quick Launch for the destruction off the special summon. Squib Draw gives you draw power, but Tactical X Chamber will give you special summon power, which can just help overall if your opponent goes to, go after one of your monsters and whatnot. Kind of unsure what the rarity will be. I guess we have to kind of see also what, the other rarities for the Rocket support will be in the pack, which, the confirmed support we're getting. But other than that, I could see this being, maybe super rare, something like that. Even ultra rare as it matches the Link Vrains box. But I guess it just depends what we see the other ones. I'm sure Borreload Savage Dragon will be secret rare, because that's kind of like the trend we've seen with a lot of Revolvers cards. But I definitely want to see this card as well, just because we need some of those cards from the Link Vrains box still. And Rockets and Trickstars are in this set, so definitely can see these as potential candidates in this pack for sure. Now, from what we've seen in other packs, in the previous Soul Fusion, we had DDD Super Doom King Purple Armageddon revealed. This was the last Fusion Pendulum we needed for the DDD deck. We had the Pendulum Exceed and the Pendulum Synchro already for DDDs. We still needed Doom King, which we got in a common in this set. We got the other ones in a Battles of Legend beforehand. This was the last one we needed there. We have Odd Eyes Venom and Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon, but the last Odd Eyes we still have yet to get is Odd Eyes Wing Dragon. We have gone pretty good while now. This card wasn't released, like the other two. I believe it was a Jump promo when it came out, or it was in the Master Guide, and we just never saw the, release of this card anytime soon. But if it wants to follow the trend like Purple Armageddon and come out, in the pack that, Synchro support's coming out in, it can be this card for sure. It's probably going to be a common, which is pretty, gross comparison-wise to the other two, since I think Odd Eyes Venom is secret rare and Odd Eyes Rebellion is a bunch of different rarities. But it's, what they like to do with the late support. It's not probably going to be as used. It's a very cool card. I've wanted this synchro for my, Odd Eyes deck for the longest time, just for play wise as well. I can't remember if there's a tuner or if we probably already have the, Performapal or whatever Odd Eyes synchro or tuner monster that goes with this card out already, but we still need the synchro monster, obviously. So can see it as a common release in Savage Strike just because of the fact that it's been, I think, well over a year now since this card came out. And just to make up for the release of, like they did with Purple Armageddon, they'll give us this card in this set for sure. I don't think we're missing any other ones because they gave us the Genghis fusion as well in this set for that one. I think there might be maybe some manga cards for Arc V. I think some of the Dolphin line that's not in the manga that we might get in this set as well. To partner up with this, taking up 2 spots in the OCG. I guess we'll have to wait and see for those ones. Now, some other cards, they don't all have to be synchro support. I've already made this clear with the Trickstar cards, but we did get support for Abyss actors in White Dragon Abyss in the form of Mellow Madonna. We had this card out and released. Very good card. It helps with search support, and I think the fact that we didn't get Twinkle Little Star anytime soon either means that it's definitely due as a candidate for this deck, just to finish up the Abyss actor deck. We have a good amount of support from White Abyss Dragon, so this card, just getting it, would help with the scales that we have now as well, making it a better card. That way, it just has potential for, the attack bonus that it can do. It has scale options is the main focus here. Another common card, we got Trendy Understudy, I think, in Code of the Duelist for the Abyss Actor deck. So we've seen OCG imports recently for Abyss Actors. We just never saw this card get released, which I thought this was going to be the card in Code of the Duelist, but they actually gave us that card instead. So just to match up with Mellow Madonna's release, we had that support, and I can see this card coming in this set as well. Some other synchro support, big fan of the Red Dragon Archfiend deck as well. Love doing updates for it. Red Rising Dragon. This was, I believe, a jump or rival collection cards we don't get in the English release. So seeing Red Rising Dragon as another maybe like super rare card or ultra rare in this set, just for Resonator support as a whole, would definitely help for the Red Dragon Archfiend deck and match up with the whole. We got Red Dragon Archfiend synchros before in synchro sets in the form of, I think it was Dimension of Chaos for Jack Atlas. So seeing more synchro support play into that can definitely happen for sure in the Savage Strike booster pack also. Got a couple more cards on my list because in total we can only, have up to 10 or I think 9 to 10 cards for OCG imports in booster sets. I didn't want to put too many on them, but I'm sure there's plenty of candidates we can have. If they're all the ones I guessed on this video, I think they just make for a very awesome pack. But still have a couple more. Like I said, Arrow Maid, Seraphy, Jasmine. Sorry if I mispronounced that name. I thought it was always Aromatherapy, but I think that's what the name of the other cards are. From the Link Vrains booster pack, we still have plenty of Link monsters to receive in booster packs upcoming or other sets or prize cards, you name it. And a couple of them that I think would be great candidates for this pack just because they play off of synchros would be Aromas, Fairy, or sorry about that, Jasmine. I'm just going to call it Jasmine. And Kriston Glass Fiber. These two cards are both related to Synchro monsters, so they play big potential candidates for this booster pack. We had Electromite come out beforehand, and they made that card a a secret rare, and I think they can do the same thing with Glass Fiber. This is one of the most hyped up cards of the year for release. People want to see this card come out. Some people I know are saying it's going to be a prize card, but I can honestly see potential in this card being a secret rare in the Savage Strike booster pack, just adding more hype to the set, making it one of the most sought after cards for sure in that set, and then just giving us, more incentive to buy this pack, obviously, which is what they always like to do with these sets. But it works with Synchro monsters, it works with Wonder Magician, and I think I can't see it being in a much better suited set than this one, unless we get like another Hidden Arsenal set that focuses on Synchro, but I really doubt that happening over the fact that Savage Strike is a big play for the Synchro deck. As for going back to Jasmine, we've seen Synchro support in the form of, Rosemary and other sets, Invasion of Vengeance. So seeing Jasmine maybe like as a rare in this set, or even a common like they've done with the Madolche monsters, can definitely be a big possibility for this card as well. I didn't include Dante or the Heretic Link monsters in this pack, just because the next pack is Exceed monsters, and both of those decks play off of Exceed. So if we were to see those get released anytime soon, definitely would see it in those booster packs where Exceed monsters would be a big play. And then finish up the release for those. I think we're missing just, a couple more cards from that Link Vrains pack, but getting, Jasmine and Glass Fiber in this pack would most of all just be fitting for sure. But that is it for this discussion video. I definitely enjoyed doing it. I've been wanting to do another discussion video for a while. And I think just covering all the different cards we can get, I already have Purple Armageddon, but all the different ones we can get from sets we haven't gotten yet from Japan in this set, involving synchros or just other support from this set, can be a big possibility. It makes me excited when we do get the support, because I love doing deck profiles for you all. I love just, new decks for old support. Can definitely be a lot of fun. So if we can get at least some of these cards, I'll be happy for sure. But until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And if there's any cards you think I forgot in this video that you think would definitely be in Savage Strike, please comment down below on what you think would be in it and why. And until next time, Kiratwig out.